Hey guys, welcome to Talk Juicy. I am your host, Brittney.
And I am Leanne.
And thank you guys so much for watching another episode. So today, for starters, we want to ask you guys and talk about what are some good places to meet a potential mate or your soulmate.
Aw, that's so cute.
So yeah, I think some top places would definitely be, for number one, school. I think school is a great place to meet someone. You know, you both are there learning, and you can find out a lot about a person when you're going to school with them and you see them often. So you kind of can gauge if they're smart or if they're not, what their interests are as far as, you know, their outlook on life and things like that.
I would agree. School is a really nice person. I actually met my fiance in college. Even though he didn't go to the same college as me, he was at my college. So, I mean, I kind of like bumped into him there, and the rest is history. So I would definitely say school is a really good place to meet a potential mate.
Absolutely.
But sometimes that can be bad too, because you know how people be like, oh, I don't want to date people that go to the same school as me. I guess it just depends, but I think it worked in my case, so I would say yes.
Well, it doesn't necessarily have to be the school that you go to. You might visit another college, and say, for instance, you're on a sports team and you're playing a different college. You might meet your mate from another school on a different team, or, you know, it could be various ways, but I'm saying like within an institution, and you know the other person is in school, and you guys kind of have the same goals and outlook on life and, you know, things that you want to achieve. I think that's great. I think that's a great place to meet someone. And even if they were just like an alumni who came back to the school, and, you know, you guys kind of talked and hit it off, at least you know their level of education and you guys are pretty much on the same page.
I think another good place to meet someone would be the grocery store.
Oh,
Grocery
I think so too.
Yeah, I mean, because, you know, you're doing like all of your shopping. I go to the grocery store a lot. So, you know, and I'm there usually late at night, but some people go in the morning. But you're doing most of your shopping there, and you get to see how that other person, like, their eating habits are.
Yes, that's very, very important.
Yes, like if they're into clean eating or if they eat junk food. If you see a girl with a whole bunch of TV dinners in her cart, she does not cook.
She doesn't cook
at all.
And you need to run away, because she will not cook you a home-cooked meal.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that's definitely a good place to meet people. I would say it's a little bit hard for someone to approach another person at a grocery store. So when it comes to that, I would just say, as far as the ladies, if it was you who were trying to engage in approaching someone else in a grocery store, I mean, it's not like you have to do much. You could kind of just roll your cart past.
Oops, did I drop this?
Maybe let me pick up this.
Snap.
Yes, the bend and snap
Works
from Legally
every time.
Blonde. Oh my goodness.
Yes.
But no, if it's a guy, I know it can be like a little bit difficult if a guy's in a grocery store and he's like checking out a lady, because, you know, sometimes we're like shopping, we're like in this zone, we don't really want to talk to anyone. But, you know, you could kind of approach her by saying, oh, you know, where'd you get that? Where'd you find this piece of chicken, or
this one piece of chicken? Oh, I have a good.
Or where'd you find this? Or you can be like, you know what? I see that you have a lot of organic foods in your cart, or you have a lot of vegetables. You seem like you eat really clean. Like, what do you plan on preparing with that?
Oh, I got a good one. So you're at the grocery store and you see a woman in the grocery store and she has turnips in her cart, and you say, oh, are those turnips? I guess you want to go turn up.
That was so cheesy.
I know, right? But it might work.
But it was funny.
She might think it's funny and be like, okay, a guy that can make me laugh is worth going on a date
For
with.
those of you who don't know, turnips are greens, okay?
Yes.
They're a form of, they're a leaf, but they're a form of greens that you make. I'm sure, you know, don't want to be, yeah.
But then that's a good signal too, because like
Racist,
greens and
but
cornbread, like she's a good fed woman. But I don't know, turn up. I thought it was funny. You know,
that's pretty funny. But no, like the clean eating habits. Like if you were to see someone and you see that she has a lot of, you know, healthy products in her basket, that might intrigue you to talk to her, because you're thinking like, oh, well, she eats healthy, you know. Let me ask her, what does she plan to prepare with all of these items, or is this how she always eats, or, you know, to kind of engage a conversation. So that's definitely a good place. Another place, you guys, is church.
Church.
I would say church is a great place to meet a mate, you know, depending on your religion or, you know, your specific faith, I think that's a great place to meet someone because you know you guys are on the same page as far as your religion, if they're at the same church as you, or if you're, you know, visiting another church and you happen to meet someone.
But
you can kind of gauge, you know, what were you gonna say?
Sometimes you gotta be careful. It's some crazies in some churches, and
Yeah.
you know sometimes some of the freakiest people are the church people. I'm just being honest.
Them PKs,
Them pastors' kids, you know them PKs. So use caution. Pray and ask the
Yes.
Lord for discernment before you start dating
well,
everybody in the
absolutely,
church.
but that's anywhere though. You
That's
can't,
true.
Not just church. That's
Mhm.
anywhere. You have to ask for discernment and make sure that you are, you know, make sure it's the Spirit leading you and not
Mhm.
just your eyes.
Yep.
You know, looking at the person.
That's right. Make sure it's the Holy Spirit. Keep it holy on the Sabbath.
Yes,
Yes.
absolutely. You're so silly.
Sorry. Oh, I know another place.
What?
I was watching Millionaire Matchmaker with Patty Sanger. I think that's her last name. And she was saying, like, when women are looking to find, like, a nice guy, go somewhere where guys go. So she said, go to a nice steakhouse around, like, 5 o'clock.
Oh yeah,
And sit-
happy hour.
Yes, and sit at the
Yes.
bar at a steakhouse.
That's a really good
That's a
idea.
good
You know
place.
why? Because a lot of times guys who are, you know, in the business world or who are professionals, a lot of people go to happy hours and they frequent these happy hours.
Exactly.
So you might meet someone who's getting off work and you're getting off work and, you know, you guys can instantly spark up a conversation that way because you both have just gotten off work. You're here at this happy hour. Oh, you're eating steak, so am I.
Exactly.
Or, you know, whatever the conversation may be. At least you know that they have a job. They're at a nice restaurant.
At least you know they have a job.
They're at a nice restaurant. You guys have the same taste in food or maybe drinks or whatever the case may be. But that's a great place to meet someone. Happy hours are good, and you develop a lot of business relationships at happy hours too because you never know who you're going to run into who's in the same field as you.
I would agree.
So.
Definitely a happy hour. And you know me, I always have to say the positive and negative. You can find a really nice guy at a happy hour. The negative would be he might, you never know, he might have a wife and just have to go home later, but just make sure he's not taken. But you could find a nice guy.
If that's the case, then ladies, he is not the man for you. Okay,
but
because
I
you don't
will say
want someone
this.
else's man.
Once you
That's
go,
not hot.
I will say this. Once you go to that happy hour and you pull a millionaire, because if I got this off a Millionaire Matchmaker, thank me later. Yes, you are welcome.
Yes.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Thank her later.
Yes.
Another place, ladies and gentlemen, I would say is the gym.
Oh,
If
yeah.
you work out or, you know, you aspire to work out or be more physically active, you could definitely meet someone in the gym who is working out or, you know, who practice these healthy habits. So that's definitely a great place to meet someone and even meet friends. It doesn't have to be a potential mate, but that could be a good place to spark up a conversation and just meet a friend or, you know, meet an associate. So, yeah, I would say the gym is definitely a good place. At least you know the person is working out. They care about their looks or their figure and their health, most importantly. So they care about, you know, getting those healthy habits or practicing those healthy habits, you know, often so that they can be fit.
The gym, I don't go to the gym, so I don't know, but I'm going to take Brittney's advice. Sounds good.
Yeah, I think it's a great place.
Oh, sorry. The next place that I know a lot of people have been meeting people, the internet dating.
Yeah, that's very popular these days.
I mean, I know,
Not sure
Brittney,
if I would do it.
I know how
but-
you feel about it. You don't really like internet dating. You kind of like, I don't know. But I mean, if I was single, I would give it a try. It's so interesting. Like the compatibility test, they might match you with somebody that you really, really would have never thought about going on a date with. You're like, oh, we have so much in common.
That's very true. You know what? The way that technology is these days, I wouldn't knock it because there's, you know, sometimes it's really hard to meet someone in person. I mean, you're going to eventually have to meet them in person, even if you meet them online. But
Right.
sometimes it's hard to find that right person or find, like you said, who you're compatible with. So everything is done through technology these days. So why not date? I mean, it's just another thing on the list that you can do through technology. You can order groceries and they'll bring it right to your doorstep. So, you know.
Where that's at? Oh, that's a different.
Yeah.
I'm like, where is that?
Organics, I'll tell you about it.
Next topic, maybe another
Yeah.
day, another show. That's awesome.
Absolutely. Even in California, you can order meals and they'll bring it right to your door through an app. So
Wow.
it's so crazy
You
how
can
you
use that
see-
to find a mate. I'm just saying.
It's so crazy how you can see how people on the other side of the globe live and like things that they're doing that we haven't here in Michigan. We haven't really picked up on these habits because things are more spread apart, so you can't really, you know, all the time order something on an app and expect for someone to bring it to your doorstep. But, you know, it's just interesting to see how other people live and things that they adapt to. Yeah. So that's it for our 5 top places to meet a mate. We hope you like them, and let us know if, you know, you find someone at these places that we've listed, and we would like to know how the relationship goes. So
it's going to go good.
Yeah, I think so too. We're going to take a quick break, and after this, we'll be right back.
My name is DJ Pam Hornbeck, and these are some of the singers that are on Karaoke on TV every Saturday night. And we would like to invite you to come out and join us. Does everyone have fun with us?
To find out how you can sing on Karaoke on TV, please call the ONTV studio at 248-393-1060.
Welcome back, guys. So if you're just joining us, we actually just talked about the best 5 places on our list to meet your mate. And for this topic, however, we want to know if you would ever date your friend's ex. How do you guys feel about that?
I would never, ever.
So we have some stories to share with you guys, just so you know. There's stories behind this one. But Leanne, you said you would never. Do you go with the loyalty or do you go with the every man for themselves?
I mean, I just go with like the loyalty, like that's girl code, you know?
I agree.
It doesn't even have to be like an ex-boyfriend. If you were talking to this person, like potentially thinking of being in a relationship with them, and you like kiss this person, like I would never date that person. Like that happened to me. For real, like I have this one friend.
Oh, the juice.
Let me just give y'all the tea.
Spill
this
the
is
tea.
This is juicy.
Spill the tea.
So, I have this one friend, and we're really good friends. Like, we're not best friends, like Brittney and I. No, we're not best friends, but I've known her since we were in middle school, right? So, long story short, there was this guy, and, like, I went on a date with him. Like, one day we hung out, you know, whatever the case may be. We, like, kissed. We never had sex. We kissed. And I just decided that I didn't like him because he just wasn't my type. He was really pushy, and I just didn't feel like the connection there. Long story short, fast forward a year and some change, she's like dating this guy, like exclusively. And it was kind of weird to me because I mentioned to her, like, yeah, I went on a date with him before. Nothing really happened. Like, we didn't really hit it off like that.
So did she tell you that she
Yes.
Okay.
Like, this is what happened. Because, you know, like, people know people. So I'm like, oh, you know this person. And she's like, yeah, like, we're kind of kicking it. And I'm like, oh, that's funny because we went on a date not too, long ago. And she was like, oh. So then we went to, like, dinner, and she's asking me, like, well, like, what did you guys do? How intimate was it? Because, like, long story short, like, because this is my man.
So she wanted to know, right?
Yeah, like, because this is my man, so I need to know. And I was just like, oh, you know, I felt like he was really pushy. We didn't really get too far, but, you know, like, it is what it is. Now they're, like, exclusive. It's not weird to me, I guess. But I just would never do it. Well, it's weird because I would never do it, but it's not weird that they're dating and they like each other. Like, they're two really nice people. They would probably hit it off, and it probably is a great thing for them. But knowing that I even went on a date with him, like, I could never do it.
No,
ever.
I agree. Yeah, 100%. It's just like that's girl code one-on-one. You don't get your friends leftovers. Like, I wouldn't even go as far as talking to an associate of mine's leftovers or their ex or current boyfriend or whatever, just because that's just too messy. Or even a friend of a friend, I take it that far. Like, a friend of a friend, like if she was your friend and it was her boyfriend but I don't know her like that, I wouldn't even talk to that person.
A friend of a friend? See, I don't have nothing to do with your friends' friends. I don't know them people.
Still, but she was in my circle. Like,
she
at
was
one point
in your circle. Okay, well, if she was in your circle,
if she was your friend and you brought her around me, then she's in my circle and I've talked to her and had a conversation with her. So I wouldn't feel comfortable being with her man, and I know that we've had a conversation and regardless if we were friends or not.
Well, yeah, because you guys are going to see each other again eventually.
And I don't like to cross it like that.
But you have a story. So don't try to play like you don't got a story on this. What's your story? Spill your tea.
I do have a story. Okay,
yes.
the tea. So, this happened a really long time ago, you guys. This is water under the bridge. But I've experienced it where I had a friend, a really close friend of mine, who dated my ex. And get this, at the time, he was not even my ex. He was actually my current boyfriend.
Wait.
Yeah.
Your friend dated your boyfriend?
They did more than dated. Yes. Stop the press.
Stop the press. Press
This
pause.
is the tea. So, yeah, I mean, again, like I said, it's water under the bridge. But at the time, it was, you know, my boyfriend at the time. And she was my close friend at the time. Pretty much like best friend.
Like
at
me.
The time.
She
like
was me.
You. She was you.
But it wasn't me, though.
It
was not
her.
me.
No, it wasn't her. But no, yeah. So she was like, you know, best friend. But, you know, long story short, it was a really long time ago. We were young, you know, things happen. Although I would never do anything like that. But it just goes to show you how some people have no loyalty and they don't care. You know, so
with that being said, we both said we would never date our friend's ex or, you know, vice versa. But that does bring up that question that we kind of just touched on before. When that happened to you, Brittney, who did you blame? Did you blame her? Did you blame him? Or did you blame yourself?
you know what? I blamed everyone. So,
Even yourself?
Even myself.
What?
Even myself. I blamed her. I blamed him. I blamed myself. First of all, I blamed myself because I guess I was pretty much blind at the fact of what was going on at the time. And maybe I shouldn't have had them in the same space because I thought that, you know, this person was truly my friend so that I could trust
them.
her.
Yeah.
So I blame myself for that. I blame myself for trusting him because he's a man, and guys sometimes typically tend to do things that, you know, whatever they want that we should expect from them, but, you know, we don't always see it as women when we're in love and we're blind. And I blame her as well because she was, you know, a really close friend of mine at the time, and I felt like we were better than that. I felt like, you know, we had been through some things, you know, I felt like I could trust her like my sister. And I guess my judgment was wrong. You know, it's again, it's water under the bridge now. It's over. Like, I'm happy, they're miserable, so it's it's nothing that I care about.
I love it.
But it's just, you know, just goes to show you how you just really have to be careful sometimes, and how you just never know in some of those situations, like, how it could go. And it's like, who's really to blame?
Well, let me just tell you this. I know it's water over the bridge and you're over it, but
Yeah.
it definitely was not your fault. She was a thought. And
She was a thought.
she was a thought. I never used
still
that
is a
word,
thought.
but in this case, she was definitely a thought. And your boyfriend at the time was a jerk. So
Yeah.
they deserved each other.
And he still is. Yeah. And
Yeah.
I think they have each other now. So
They still together?
I don't know.
Oh,
Probably.
Sorry, this was a
If
good
so,
story.
it all worked out perfectly for
yeah,
them.
because you are doing bigger and better things.
clearly.
Clearly. Wow. And with that being said, it's time to take a break. So we will be right back.
Welcome back, guys. So I hope you did not miss that juicy topic that we just wrapped up.
Yes.
But in addition to that, I wanted to know if you guys had a group of friends. You know how sometimes there's a group of friends that are couples. There's couples in the groups. If you guys had a friend that was cheating on their significant other and you guys were in a group of friends, would you feel obligated to tell the other person?
Well, in my opinion, I talk a lot, so I would just tell. But there
What
is
if
a
it was
catch.
your friend?
Exactly.
What if it was your friend?
If it was
like, you
you,
know, what
like-
if it was me and I was,
Yeah.
wait a minute, pause.
It wouldn't
this
be
isn't
you.
true.
Yeah,
It wouldn't
would
be
not
me.
This is a hypothetical situation.
Exactly.
Hypothetical. If
But-
it was you, hypothetically, Brittney, and we were in a group of friends, which we are, and you was cheating on your boyfriend, I just, in that case, wouldn't say nothing at all. None of my business. I don't got nothing to say.
See,
my
so-
name is Bennett, and I'm not in it. Yes.
So people, that just goes to show you how people are biased with situations, because women are going to stick up for their girls, and guys are probably going to stick up for their guys.
Well, it's not even that. It's just like me being loyal to my best friend, because I know that if it was something like, if my dude was cheating on me, I know you would tell me because you're my best friend.
Right.
But like, you know, we thick as thieves. Like, we gotta, you scratch my back, I scratch yours. Like, you know how that goes.
I mean, you guys, these are hypothetical situations. So, you know, our mans do watch the shows.
Yes,
I don't
they
want
do.
them to think anything like, oh, you wouldn't tell me if she was cheating.
I just be
Nothing
honest.
like that. But, you know, I just wanted to know. I just thought, you know, the
What
topic
would you
of discussion.
do?
You know what? I wouldn't think that it's my place to really say anything. I think that what's meant to be will be, and it will eventually come out, because nothing that happens in the dark is going to stay in the dark.
That's true.
So, you know, I think that, you know, I wouldn't, if it was somebody that I was extremely close to, I wouldn't blatantly tell them, like, okay, they're cheating on you. I might give a hint or two, like, you know, are you sure you're in love with her? Or are you sure you love him as much as you say you do? You know, give that hint.
Well, all I'm saying is, as my best friend, you are morally obligated to tell me if you see my man with somebody else.
Oh, well, absolutely.
And if you don't, this friendship will be over. I'm just saying it on TV.
I mean, but absolutely, you're my best friend, so of course I'm going to tell you if I've seen anything like that, and I don't think that he would try it.
Oh, I know
So,
he wouldn't. He know I'm crazy. He knows I'm
exactly.
crazy. Yes.
Now that was juicy.
Okay, so speaking of cheating husbands and wives, Wiz Khalifa, who was allegedly cheating on his wife Amber Rose, they just got a divorce last year. And since
So
they got
sad.
a divorce, Amber Rose
So
has
sad.
been milfing on
Yes,
Instagram.
she has.
They had a baby. I think he's 11 months old now, and she bounced back. Her baby after baby body is amazing.
Yeah,
But
it is.
she has taken to Instagram, and she has posted some very racy photos
Yes.
that has everybody in an uproar, because she's basically on Instagram in a G-string with a little nipple can't even talk. Nipple covers. And I just think that is so crazy. I would never do that. What do you think about that?
People are questioning her, you know, being a mother. Like, they're like, oh, you shouldn't do this because you're a mom. When it's tons of moms out there who are just like showing it to the world. No, it's not right. But she's one of those celebrities who's in the limelight, so it doesn't surprise me at all.
But like,
So-
what was your reaction when you saw the picture?
My reaction when I saw the picture, I was like, dang, Amber, okay. I mean, you're bearing it all. I don't know what to say. I mean, I expect that from these type of people, so it doesn't surprise me. So when I see stuff like that, I'm just like, okay, that's a bit much, but do it.
I had a different reaction. I was actually like appalled. I was really upset. And it goes back to celebrities having these big images and girls like wanting to be like them. And I'm just like, have you no respect for yourself to actually sit down and have some class?
But they
be a
have
mother?
no respect. These people have no talent, really. They have no jobs. They're just, you know, celebrities because they had babies by people who are famous. So again, it does not surprise me. I'm not shocked at all. It's just like typical. It's just like Kim K bearing it all. I'm just like,
you're
okay,
right. Kim K
you know,
would be the exact
right.
same thing. But you know what? That's so unfortunate though, because these people are like glorified. Like, so it was.
They are,
it was
and
a
for
clear
the wrong
divide.
reasons, though, ladies.
Exactly.
For the wrong reasons. So for all of the teenagers that are watching and that who see these celebrities, and you know, you want to pattern yourselves or your lives after them, think about it. These people do not have jobs. Now, I'm not knocking, no shade, not knocking anybody, but an educated woman is everything.
That's right. And
so
if you need,
when they have an education and they have something substantial to fall back on, then you can maybe, you know, try to pattern your lives or stuff that you do behind them, because they got their education first. These people that, you know, these young kids are so interested in, they have no talent, they have no degrees, they have nothing but fame and glory for showing their bodies. That's not where it's at, kids, just to let you know.
So if you do need somebody to model your life after, I would say that Brittney and I are really good role models.
Yeah.
Educated, cute, hardworking, determined.
Just
Just
have
go
our
ahead.
own show.
Yeah,
you
follow
know.
us. We'll be more than happy to help you, you know?
Absolutely.
And we keep our
and
clothes
help you
on.
succeed and give you skills to grow and be the best you can be in this world.
That's
and
right.
in your life.
And that's juicy right there.
That's
That's
juicy.
Yes.
Yes. So thank you guys so much for watching. This was a great show tonight. I think we had some really juicy topics. So, you know, guys, Follow us on Instagram at TalkJuicy. If you have questions for Leanne and myself, you can always send us an email at talkjuicy@gmail.com. And make sure you like our page. And you can watch all the shows, catch up on the old episodes at talkjuicy.wordpress.com. Until next week, we will see you again. And thank you so much for watching.